Welcome to today's audio devotion by Reverend Paddy Aqua. If you love this devotion, kindly subscribe, like and share this channel. Today's topic, Travailers transformation. My little children, of whom I travail in birth again until Christ be formed in you. Galatians 4:19. When we think of travail, our minds often go straight to birthing promises, dreams, ministries, or breakthroughs. But Paul introduces another profound dimension in Galatians 4:19. Travail births transformation within us. It is not only about what we receive from God, but about who we become in God. Paul tells the Galatian believers that he travailed in prayer not just for their success or their prosperity, but until Christ was formed in them. In other words, travail is not merely about external results. It is about internal formation. The greatest miracle of travail is not always what comes to your hands, but what happens in your heart. Travail refines. It strips away self-reliance and teaches us dependence on God. In moments of groaning where flesh can no longer carry us, we learn humility and surrender. Travail humbles us into the reality that destiny is not birthed by talent, intellect, or effort, but by God's Spirit working through us. Travail also purifies. Like fire purges gold, travail burns away impurities in our character. Seasons of persistent prayer and waiting expose impatience, pride, unbelief, and hidden fears. The process presses them out of us, leaving a more Christ-like vessel behind. The very pain we endure becomes the scalpel in God's hands, cutting away what cannot enter the next level of our destiny. Travail matures. Babies are birthed in hours, but maturity is birthed through process. Travail stretches us, teaching endurance, perseverance, and consistency. It trains us not to be moved by emotions, but to be anchored in conviction. It builds stamina in the spirit. Without travail, we remain shallow believers excited by prophecy, but too weak to sustain it when it comes. With travail we are enlarged, prepared to steward what God entrusts to us. This is why some promises seem delayed. It is not always that God is waiting to release them, but that we are not yet transformed enough to handle them. God cannot put the weight of destiny on a character that has not been processed. Travail is God's training ground. As you labor, He is forming Christ in you so that when the promise comes, you will not miscarry it through immaturity. Consider Joseph. His promise was clear: he would rule, nations would bow. Yet between the dream and the throne was travail, betrayal, slavery, imprisonment, and years of waiting. Each stage was not wasted. It was shaping Joseph into the kind of man who could carry a nation. By the time he entered Pharaoh's palace, Joseph was no longer the boastful boy of his youth, but a refined, wise, spirit-filled leader. Travail had transformed him. Beloved, do not despise the transformation that comes with travail. You may be praying for a promise, but God may be answering with a process. You may want an immediate result, but God may be forming eternal character. Travail births not only your destiny, but also the person you must become to sustain it. Allow the labor to shape you. and you will not only birth a promise, you will embody Christ. Today's prayer. Father, I thank you for teaching me that travail is not only about receiving from you, but about becoming like you. Forgive me for the times I resisted the process because it felt painful and slow. Today I yield to the refining fire of travail. Let every groaning shape me, every waiting purify me, and every pressing transform me into Christ-likeness. Form humility in me, form patience in me, form strength in me, and above all, form Christ in me. Lord, let my travail not be wasted. Use it to enlarge me into the vessel who can steward your promise without breaking. I embrace the process, and I surrender to your transformation. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. If you love this audio devotion, kindly subscribe, like, and share this channel. Pascaris, and God bless you.